Hello. Today I've been reading textbooks. I've been so busy, so that's why I haven't really posted a lot lately. Um, with school, I'll be graduating this December, I found out, because I had to readjust plans. So I had to drop some of what I was going to be doing, like a minor. So I'm just going to be graduating with my major, which is psychology. But I've been really busy, plus I've been sick, so but today I was reading in my textbook, Renovations of the Heart by Dallas Willard, and he's talking about relationships and transforming our social um, dimensions. Uh, as we get closer to Christ, our relationships will change. We will start doing more of the things that Christ would do for people and not thinking as much about ourselves. But what he was talking about um, goes along with what God was showing me. So in 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7, it says, "Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things." I'm not good at that. I will admit, I don't even come close to loving in that way, although I strive to. But that to me is love, you know. And what Willard said was that the mere absence of love is deadly to us. So it got me to thinking about my life, and it got me to thinking about the relationships I've had in my life, the primary relationships, and that I didn't have the type of love that most people talk about when they talk about their families. I'm not close to my siblings because we're very different. I pull away from people because I'm aware of how different I am. I'm on the autism spectrum and I have complex PTSD, so I don't see the world the way other people do, and that seems to be sometimes a problem to connect. When you go through life thinking that, your mere presence is a burden to people, it really does create this mind that believes that you're better off alone. It creates the feeling that you aren't supposed to have those types of relationships. When you grow up feeling like you're on the outside of a bubble looking in all the time, like you're left out, it makes it very hard to have those types of connections that you see other people having. And when you don't understand how to get those, it makes it even difficult. But as I've gotten closer to Christ, I've settled into a way of being where if people want to be in my life, they will be. That's the belief I have. And that, it won't be always me reaching out. But yet, in a lot of ways, that's still what's happening. If I don't reach out to somebody, people don't check on me. People think that because when they see me, I'm always happy, I'm always smiling, I'm always at peace to them. They don't see the inside hurts. They don't see me in my quiet moments with God when I cry out to Him when things hurt. Because I don't let a lot of people see the hurts because they can't really do much for those hurts. The only way that I can heal from those hurts is to take them to the Father. But at the same time, it's like if people think that you're okay, they're not so worried about checking up on you. They're not, you know, you're like an afterthought. There's not a lot of people in my life that check up on me. There's a lot of people that I check up on. There's a lot of people I talk to. I reach out to people. I've tried setting up, lunch dates or whatnot, trying to get some people that I want to get to know, you know, sisters in Christ even. and I'll reach out and I don't hear anything back, or I reach out and I hear excuses. The thing that people don't realize is that the people that seem the strongest, the people that always have a smile and are always there trying to make other people feel better, crave that reciprocated. And when it's not, a lot of us hurt in private. A lot of us, and with me being taught that my mere presence was a burden to the people that were closest to me growing up, my parents and my siblings. And the lies that were taught me, I honestly believe that the only way to end the pain was to hurt myself, to get rid of myself. That way nobody would have to worry about me. In my warped mind, that's what I believed would show them that I love them, because I took myself out. So I tried for a lot of years, a lot of attempts. Until God got a hold of me and changed that thought pattern. I would have about 4 suicide attempts a year. I know that God wanted me alive because I always did it when I knew, or when I thought nobody would be coming back, when I was alone. I would not reach out and tell people what I was doing. People would sometimes find me right after, or they'd just show up. I know for a lot of people it's hard to believe that somebody would try to commit suicide that many times. To many people, they can't understand that, and they think it's attention seeking, and it wasn't, because I really didn't want any attention back then. I don't even really want attention for the sake of attention now. What I want, what I crave, is a closeness with people where I know when I'm hurting, I can just reach out. Where when I know that I don't know what to do, I can call somebody. Recently, I went through where I didn't know how I was going to pay for the rest of my bachelor's degree, because I don't have any more financial aid and I couldn't get loans. I have 1 semester left. My brother, Ray, who adopted me as his baby sister, amazing man, he co-signed for me so that I could finish this semester. So I'm working really hard right now to complete my work and not get behind. So it's been hard when I've been sick. But the thing is that the mere absence of love being deadly. And Willard mentions about Mother Teresa and when she was alive, and that there was this man that had just gone around, and they brought him to her when he was dying. And he had just existed on the streets, homeless, nobody to care for him. And what he said to her was, "My whole life I've lived like an animal. I actually get to die like a human being." And that was just simply because somebody took care of him. Somebody gave him a place to sleep, food, and took care of him. People don't realize those small acts of kindness, reaching out to somebody that, even if they don't really know that person that well, "Hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while." Or just like I do for some of my friends that come up, I'll send them a video card for their birthday. Just telling them what they mean to me, the impact that they have, even though I don't get to spend as much time with people as I would like, because everybody's busy, it seems. Everybody has lives, and I just I have school, and I have the things that I put myself into, but that's the thing, is that if somebody is smiling, if they're happy, if they seem strong. I've had people say that I'm the happiest person that they know. Part of the reason why is because of my relationship with Jesus Christ. It's because I know where my identity comes from. And because of my life, that is my strongest relationship. Christ has never let me down. He has never judged me. I have never been a burden to him. And the only reason why I'm able to love people like I do is because he first loved me, like 1 John 4:19 says. I don't think about all of the things that I don't have because I focus more on the blessings that I do have, that God gives me all the time. So when we know people that might not know a lot of people, come on, go away. Sorry, there's like a black thing. I think it's a mud dauber. I'm not sure. But when we treat people like an afterthought, when we don't reach out to people that we haven't seen in a while to check how they're doing, when we keep having excuses about why we can't get together, and they've tried to set up, lunch dates or brunches or, just quick get-togethers, and you don't have time, what you're basically telling that person is that they don't matter enough to make time. And for people like me who are struggling with the idea that maybe they're not meant to have those types of close relationships, it starts to eat at our souls. So I hear all the time how people don't know how to fully show the love of Christ to others. It's very simple. Reach out. Make time for somebody that you don't normally make time for, even if they're strange and awkward to be around. Make it your mission to make them your friend. To care about what they're going through. To be okay when they're awkward. Love people as Christ loved us. That's how we do it. One person at a time. That's how you change the world. That's how you change lives. God is changing my thought patterns. Because when those thoughts come up that, maybe I'm not meant for that, I start telling myself out loud, I'm meant for whatever God puts in my path. I have whatever abilities, whatever resources I need for God when he puts it into my path. So the reality is that we can easily show love simply by reaching out to somebody, simply by making time for somebody. So if there's somebody in your life or in your purview, no matter how busy you are, if you haven't seen them in a while, just because they smile all the time when you see them does not mean that they don't need you to reach out. It does not mean that they're not hurting inside. It does not mean that they do not need a friend. It might mean that they don't know how else to be. That it's easier to smile around people than it is to show them the reality. So I urge you all to reach out to just one individual that you might not know well, that has tried to connect with you, or even to somebody that you know but you don't get to see very often. Just let them know that they matter to you, because that will save lives. God bless, and I hope you all learn how to love as Christ did.